Hey everybody, welcome back to James Draws Everything. I am James, you already knew that. Today, continuing our series of drawing every country in the world's flag, we're going to be going into Central Asia for the first time, and we're going to be doing the country of Uzbekistan. So Uzbekistan is one of those countries, like I mentioned before in the Estonia video, that was created as a result of the fall of the Soviet Union. So Uzbekistan responsible for a lot of failed geography test scores in the early 90s, because all of a sudden you got to remember all these new countries that weren't there the year before, and some of them had pretty hard to pronounce names. Uzbekistan, not the worst of them though. I think Kyrgyzstan is hardest to say and spell, but yeah, Uzbekistan. It's a landlocked country, Kazakhstan to the north, Tajikistan to the south. And it's actually has one of the higher populations, like out of all those former Soviet republics in Central Asia. They're called the Stans for obvious reasons. Stan means land, and they're all, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. That's all of them. So yeah, all part of the former Soviet Union. Uzbekistan never really doesn't have a lot of history as being like an independent state or anything like that before Soviet takeover. A lot of those Central Asian places were mainly just like nomadic tribes for the longest time. Uzbekistan though, they're located on the Silk Road, so they're always kind of like a hub as far as trade. A lot of trade passed through there. Mainly a Sunni Islam country. There are some other religions. A lot of Russians still live there. Russians conquered that. This is before the Soviet Union, so this is the Russian Empire. They conquered that territory in the late 19th century. So then, of course, that kind of made it easier to absorb Uzbekistan into the Soviet Union when that popped off in 1917. And they became a Soviet Socialist Republic in 1924. After some resistance, give it to the Uzbeks, they did fight back. And Uzbekistan is actually noted for its cotton production. They have some of the highest cotton production in the world. I guess, whatever it is with the climate there, it grows well. And of course, when the commies took over, they completely wrecked the Uzbek economy and just completely drained the cotton resources. Now, the thing about that is that it's not like this kind of popular myth that they teach you about paper companies and stuff like that, where they just want to destroy the environment and the rainforest and whatnot. It's actually no, they don't want to kill off their main the main thing that they need to produce their product. So no, they actually regrow trees. But the reason why this always happens with communists is because they put people in charge of things that have no idea what they're doing. So I'll give you an example, in Stalin's Soviet Union, when they're producing metal, they would always change it. It's we have to produce metal, by the sheet or something. So they would make sheets extra light because they were being paid by the sheet, like the workers. So you got these completely useless tanks out there that are using really light sheets of metal because they're just produced by the number, and then they change it to weight. So now we're going to produce stuff that's too heavy, and then nobody has anything. So you got all sorts of crazy quotas and things like that, and yeah, so it's not a surprise that they wreck the cotton producing capabilities of Uzbekistan. But in the Russian Empire days, there actually was a Turkestan that they were part of with, I believe it was neighboring Turkmenistan, which is different from Turkestan. and I think a couple of the other countries. It wasn't like an exact lineup to where like the borders are today, but that was a thing. And this flag does get a little bit detailed here, so I'm just going to kind of draw these stars here, at least give the outline for them. So yeah, in 1991, they do achieve independence from the Soviet Union, just like all those other countries did. And I think Central Asia, it is a place to watch probably going forward. If you're paying attention to what just happened in Kazakhstan, like right before the Ukraine war, it does appear that there was an attempt to get something popping off in that region. It is a region very rich in natural resources, and you don't hear too much about it in the news. A lot of those areas are very sparsely populated. We already did Mongolia on my channel here, and I kind of explained Mongolia is one of the biggest countries in the world, but it works out to something like when you do the math, there's only like 1.3 people per square mile or something like that. So due to just kind of the geography of the region and whatnot, those countries are like that. But Uzbekistan, again, it's a little bit different. It's much more densely populated than its neighbors. And when Russia did have that administrative region of Turkestan, the capital of Uzbekistan, the current capital, Tashkent, was kind of like the capital of that region as well. So yeah, Uzbekistan, cotton producing country to watch for the future, like a lot of the Central Asian countries I think are. It's interesting to see what will happen to them geopolitically. And as I'm kind of drawing the flag here, you can see it is a little bit more of a complicated flag. The blue means the Turkish people and the sky. The white is peace and purity. The green is nature and Islam. Again, they are a Sunni Islam state. And the red means the vitality of all living things in the country, uniting all of this stuff here together. Islam, the crescent, and then the 12 stars represent the 12 months on the calendar. So you got January stand, February stand, March stand, April stand. Yeah, you get it. And it's pretty hard to draw stars at this size, so I'm just kind of doing like a little general outline of where they're supposed to be, and you get the point. And let me just make that that Islamic crescent moon pop just a little bit more. And yeah, it's kind of not really a complicated flag, but there's just it's kind of got a lot going on. It's like the stars are in kind of like a weird position. There's not like a lot of symmetry on there. And, it's not just like a simple color bar like a lot of the flags that were influenced by like Napoleon's France, because it's got the red kind of separating everything in between there. And I think we're about done with the Uzbekistan flag. So let's just do our borders on our sides. And yeah, I wish there was more I could say about Uzbekistan, but again, it's just one of those countries that you never really hear about. It's populated for the region. It has more, of a population than its neighbors, but still, it's kind of sparse compared to the rest of the world. So, Uzbekistan. There you go. There's Uzbekistan. And yeah, because I don't know, I kind of like the flag. It's a little busy, but yeah, again, I didn't have a lot to talk about with this particular episode. So no jokes or anything like that. Not much funny to say about Uzbekistan. And when I don't have a lot to say, or I get a little bored sometimes. I get a little tired. So, and when I'm tired, nothing beats a nice cotton bedspread. So we know Uzbekistan is home to a lot of cotton production. So what would an Uzbekistan bedspread look like? I don't know. Let's find out, James. Let's. I guess we do got some bonus content. I better wake up for this here. All right. So we got some nice queen size bed with a couple pillows over here. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but I tried to think of stuff to say for this episode, and nothing was coming to me, man. It was just two Uzbekistan people walking to a bar, and then I couldn't think of anything. So here we go. This will have to suffice. All right, the Uzbekistan bedspread coming to a Bed Bath & Beyond near you. Okay, so you know I like to incorporate the flag into my bonus content. So let's just say they've got some red lines on that beautiful cotton queen size bed, and we're going to put a little bit of a green over here. Right, so we got the green sheets hanging off. And then actually, let me get a color that I did not use for that flag. We're just going to need to use, we'll use like a light brown for that little bed frame there. So yeah, next time you're shopping for bedding, look for some Uzbekistan cotton. Does it say it on the label? I don't know if I've ever looked. I see Bangladesh and Taiwan all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen Uzbekistan. And now, just to be extra trendy here, we're going to make our trendy pillows. We're going to have one be the crescent. All right. So we got the Islamic crescent pillow, and then the other one can have some stars on it. And the stars are going to be a little bit bigger on this one. Let's just pretend that they're all over. It's an all over print on that beautiful soft Uzbekistan cotton. And then the rest of the bed sheet can be blue. And then maybe we just got a little bit more green under there. They got those sheets. And then let's just color in the rest of it. Our backboard there on the bed. And there you go. We got the flag of Uzbekistan. You know, Uzbekistan is notorious for its cotton production. And we've got some very comfortable Uzbekistan cotton sheets here, and comforter, Uzbekistan bedspread. And I'm tired, but this looks good right about now. So, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay. So you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.